So the last thing, and I do want to be punctual tonight. So the last thing that I just wanted to pick up on was just a couple of opportunities for any student interested, where you say, they have a real interest in this. Where could I direct them to in order to just, either apply for things or delve further. First of all, I just want to let you know about the Society of Actuaries Transition Year Work Experience Program. Of course, it's free to apply for. We run it, or my own business runs it for the Society of Actuaries. Now this year it's completely finished. Well, we're actually running like the one of them. 1 week of it is actually in action this week, but it's closed for any more applicants for this academic year. But it might just be something of interest to your group next year. And there economics features in it as well as maths and a range of other different things. But it's just something that's open to everybody. It's available to everybody right across the country. And it's something that is, it's accessible, and it weaves economics in, and also, as I say, you can showcase this to anybody. Obviously there's no cost to any student, etc. The second one I wanted to mention is the ECB podcast. It's all things to do with inflation, interest rates, money supply, monetary policy in general, the direction of Europe, how Europe interacts with the rest of the world. As you know, one of the learning objectives is how does being a member of the EU affect Ireland from a fiscal point of view? So the ECB podcast, and it's also generally short, deciphers like what people like Christine Lagarde is saying. So it's just something that can be very, very useful. Of course, there's a range of other podcasts as well. Jim Powers one, Dave McWilliams has another one. Now they take two very, very different approaches. Various different elements involved there. And also, of course, Taking Stock, that show on News Talk as well, that is out in podcast every Friday. That's another one as well to mention. Now, the Central Bank Visitor Centre, I've brought teenagers there myself in various different programs, all about the history of the euro, and before that, what the Central Bank in Ireland does, etc. So it's, now my experience is that it's free. It's always changing. It's there in the National Treasury Management Agency, or in the building beside them. It's on the quays in Dublin. That can be it can be a very useful experience just to see how all of money comes to life. Now, CFA Research Challenge, not available to students in TY or in Leaving Cert, but it certainly could be one to put on their radar. CFA is Chartered Financial Analyst. Now they were the exams that I did after college. You certainly don't need to be finished college to apply for this, but the CFA Research Challenge, it's a global challenge. It's for students who are interested in whether it's quantitative, whether it is economics, whether it is stocks, etc. It's a good community to introduce them to, so that they know that that's coming, or that those opportunities are available to them. And like I say, it's a global organization. Now, any area to do with finance, whether it's chartered accounting or any of those areas, like any of those agencies are in Ireland. Oh, and actually another one just to mention to you as well is Irish Funds. Irish Funds is another one that supports it supports the funds management sector, and of course they all need economics as well. But Ireland is the fund management capital of Europe, and it's a really punches above its weight. That's what I'm thinking of. So that's another opportunity for them. But the CFA Research Challenge is just a good one. Get them on the mailing list, etc., if they have an interest, because that can open up a lot of opportunity for them afterwards. And of course, the obvious one that you probably all expected me to mention anyway is Young Economist of the Year. That's a great opportunity for budding economists. I was going to say I'd love if it was there in my day, but I wasn't studying economics at their age. That happened a little bit later on, but all of those opportunities are available to them. So in summary, economic opportunities abound. These are all of the reasons that people could study economics. Like I say, I'll have a video out on that shortly. It'll be also attached to chapter 1 in Edco Learning, so you'll be able to find it from there. And the very last thing I wanted to do is just finish on a quote here from Janet Yellen, who said, "The study of economics is essential for unlocking the potential of tomorrow's leaders. By nurturing the curiosity and passion, we can empower students to create meaningful change in the world. But at the end of the day, it's you who unlock that, because you're the people teaching them every single day and encouraging them to pursue this path." And on behalf of both of us, both Stephen and I, but also on behalf of the team that we've worked with in Edco, thank you for supporting us. And we really do hope that you take the book, and of course that you bring it to life yourself with the students, but that you enjoy it and that it helps you with your preparation, and of course the exam prep with the students as well. So thank you all for joining us tonight. The recording will be available afterwards with the resources. We really do appreciate your time. And I'm just after getting a question there. Hi, economics is new to our school. I'm looking to promote it. Would you recommend any workshops or tours outside of the central bank? Thanks. What I would recommend is are there those all of each of those opportunities that I mentioned there, and also I suppose I'm slightly biased here because I've been doing it now for a while, but literally a walk down any street is for me, as I said, this is how I create the documentaries, is highlighting how economics comes to life on every street corner of the world. So I don't have a direct answer for you there, apart from those specific opportunities that I have mentioned, apart from literally encouraging them to see how economics comes to life in our world every single day, and it does. And I think apart from that, that was the only student or the only question that I got in. And also just to that teacher, I will have that video. It'll be out in the next couple of weeks. And I'll just make sure as well to say to Rochelle that that she presents that out. Now, I have another question in here. Stephen, I'm going to put this to you, but I certainly think we certainly did. This person says, I didn't see the term externality explained in the book. No, we did, and we did positive externalities, negative externalities, we did social costs, we did private costs, we did private benefits, we did private costs. I have the book here in front of me, and it certainly is for externality. It's definitely in here. Yeah, externalities. It's on the glossary there on page 454. And then also it is in, now I'll have to go and let me just go and take a look here in the externalities. Yeah, page 35, page 138, page 243 and 4. It's all in the index there in the back of the book. So yeah, definitely. Believe me, we know every word that's written there. So certainly it is in there indeed. Who else? Oh no, okay, this teacher now says thanks, I didn't see it in the aforementioned chapter. Okay, in the government intervention. Yeah, it comes up in various different ways. And I also specifically mention about externalities as well in that social enterprise documentary that is in relation to the chapter 3 on sustainability. Okay, and by the way, thank you all for your lovely messages. You're sending us thank yous and so on like that. It's really lovely to hear those too. So Stephen, any final words from you before we sign off?
Sorry, no, not too much. Just that question there was this, Brian. Yeah, so it should also be in the costs chapter, Brian. We do explain externalities there in costs, the effect on third parties. In that, so it would be in there. It would be in a couple of different places, I'd say, to be honest. But chapter 6 there for costs, it would be appearing there as well. But again, just thank you to everyone for logging on. I hope you enjoyed the book. And again, thanks to Susan. She done most of the work tonight. I had the easy task there of just going through the questions. So, but it's a huge thank you to all of you. I know it's a busy time for everyone, and everyone's crying out for Friday. So a huge thank you from all of us. That's about it.
Brilliant. Thanks everyone. Stephen is always far more humble than he deserves to be. But so thank you all very much indeed. And thanks also to the team at Edco for making sure tonight happened. Thank you all and goodbye.